name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today it is Friday, April 21, 2023, and this is episode 71. Oh no. What is happening there? Okay. It is my neighbor. How do you say it? Zagen. Zagen is the Dutch word. When you cut a tree, but you don't do it with an axe, I don't know the English word for zagen. I'm not sure if he's ready. Okay. Let's try. I hope you... Okay. I will have some lunch first and then I will be back to you. I'm sorry. Okay, back again. I had some lunch in the sun, so maybe my cheeks are a bit red. It was quite warm. I think my neighbor quit sewing. I looked up for the right word and I already thought it was sewing, but then I got confused because I thought, no, that's too much like sewing. And sewing is stitching some pieces together, and sewing is just sewing some pieces the opposite side, not together. But it was saw. He was sewing with an electric saw. It still feels a bit uncomfortable to say it. But when I decided to have some lunch, I didn't hear the saw at all anymore. So it wasn't necessary. But now there also will be no noise from my stomach, so that's fine. we don't have to be annoyed by that. And I hope it will be all peaceful and quiet for the next 30 minutes or something, so I can finish my podcast, my episode in one time. Okay, where was I? I have really no idea. I was just at the beginning. Did I already told you that I hardly had got any knitting time last week? Let's just start there. I'm sorry if I tell you things twice time now. It is what it is. I didn't look back. I don't want to. I hardly got any knitting time this week. I actually didn't knit a stitch since last Friday, and that is really, I think it never happened since I am a knitter. I used to be a crocheter, then I became a crocheter that wants to knit but thought that would be too hard for her. But I really wanted to have all those lovely knitted pieces, not lovely knitted garments. So after a while I discovered that even I could learn knitting. So that was very nice experience. And then I became a knitter. And knitting was actually the only thing I did. And then I missed my crochet. So now I alternate a bit. Every now and then I do some crochet, but knitting, I prefer knitting for my wardrobe. Although there are more and more nice crochet patterns for crochet garments. But I just love the knitted... the structure of knitted fabric. I love that more for garments than the crochet fabric. But it's very nice to do both. And I hope when you are a knitter and you think you can't crochet, but you do like the granny squares, I really hope you just dive in the crochet stitches. Because when you can knit, you can crochet too. Maybe you have to learn it, but you can do it when you can do things with 2 needles. Why shouldn't you no? There we go again. Why couldn't you do it with 1 needle? And the other way around, it's just the same. When you are a crocheter, I know in the Netherlands there are quite some crocheters who don't have the faith and the trust to start knitting. They mainly have some bad experience from their childhood. Mainly, I didn't learn knitting at school anymore. The Waldorf kids do, and but my mother and all the people of her age, and maybe some younger, and definitely some older, the girls did learn knitting at school. But it wasn't always the nice lesson, the nice cozy lesson. It was very hard and strict, and there are quite some ladies who got afraid of knitting by then. And also they don't have the experience with continental knitting and with this knitting it around. So I think there's quite a generation in the Netherlands with not so positive knitting experience, and that's I hope it will the positive feeling around knitting is growing right now, so that's very nice. But I think there are quite some ladies who skip the knitting and just only do crochet and are a bit feared of knitting, but it's not necessary. You can do both and you will be the happiest person ever. Okay, but I didn't knit a stitch. I did do some crochet. I worked on my granny square blanket, and I'm on the last row. I didn't got so much progress as I hoped, but I still hope I will finish it on Monday. I will have finished it on Monday, so I can give it to my parents-in-law. But we shall see. No pressure. My week was very busy, and the main reason was my husband is not here. He's in France for a week, and I have a very involved and active husband. So even although he works full time and he is every day at his work, he always helps when he's home with all those little things. And now I have to do it alone. My kids are old enough to help, but they are all having quite a busy week. It is the last week before the May holiday, we call it in the Netherlands. So they had a lot of things to do at school. So it was all on me, and I'm a spoiled lady, so it was absolutely good to do that, but there was no knitting time. I do crochet every morning. It's my heerlijk handwerkhalfuurtje. That is Dutch for lovely, crafty 30 minutes, I guess. And it's really a fixed thing in my morning routine. To be sure, I start my day with something I really love to do. And it's also a bit of self-care. I think there are a lot of people, especially women, starting their day in a rush because they have to take care of their children, or they have to go to work, or both, and all those things. And before you know, it's the end of the day and you thought, oh, did I have a little moment for myself? Actually, no. And it happened to me a lot when my kids were smaller and when I had a job, and that was not nice. So at one moment I decided, let's put that moment to the mornings, as early in the morning as possible, that moment for myself. So whatever happens the rest of the day, I already had that little bit of me time. But I also have a family. I put my alarm clock quite early, so I have the time, I don't have to rush. So in my morning routine, I take a shower and then I go downstairs, and before I start with making some breakfast for my children. I prepare the fruit. Our breakfast is oatmeal or yogurt. They finish it by themselves, but I prepare the fruit. And the same with our lunch boxes. In the Netherlands, we are used to bring our own lunch to school in lunch boxes, and you can buy lunch at school too, but it's quite expensive and not always healthy. So they bring sandwiches with them and they make their own sandwiches, but in Dutch we call it boterhammen. Sandwich when we say sandwich in Dutch, it's more like a luxury boterham with some lettuce and other things. But a sandwich is just easy peasy. A sandwich with butter and peanut butter or cheese or some meat or some chocolate paste or I don't know the word. Appelstroop we call it. I don't know. You have the sweet and the other things, but that's on the sandwich. But I always put some fruit in their boxes too, or you have the tomatoes or the cucumber, all the things. Paprika? Is it paprika in English? I don't know. All the things, all the vegetables you can eat without baking or cooking them. They like it too, and it's healthy to have a healthy snack in your lunchbox too. So I make that and I prepare that, and then I make some coffee and tea, and then I sit down at our table, and we don't have breakfast together because everybody has his own schedule in the morning. But I'm sitting there drinking my coffee and making my granny square and chatting with my children, and that's really one of my favorite moments of the day. So I did crochet every day at least half an hour, but it was quite not usual for me to have so less crafting time. I'm a spoiled lady, I said that, but I really am. I thought, what should I talk about in my episode? But of course I found something because I really like to chat with you, and I think I have some nice things. Let's start with what I'm wearing, because I'm not wearing my hinterland dress today, and it's quite special because I didn't put them out since January. Oh no, since November, I guess. Of course I put them out every night when I go to bed. But I wear my hinterland dresses, my black and brown one, every day. They are really part of my knitting uniform. But today I received a newsletter from a little shop around the corner. That's a shop in the Netherlands, an online shop, and it's really a lovely lady. And she doesn't send to overseas. But I order always my bracelets and necklace, and also wool. She also sells Letlopi, but she has all the nice, good, sustainable things for living. And it's really clothes. And she also sells the linen skirts and linen dresses. But I was reading her newsletter, and she was telling something about wearing your Felix cardigan on a linen skirt that gives you the special feeling that she couldn't describe exactly, but if you know it, you know it. And I thought, I know it. I really want to wear my Felix cardigan in a linen skirt right now. So I changed my clothes, and this is my linen skirt. I have 3 of them. This is the green one. I also have a cinnamon one and a black one, and they are from Simply Grey, and I really love it. It's a bit thinner linen than my dresses, so I wear these mainly in summer and spring when it's a bit warmer, and you also can wear them in winter, but it's still quite cold outside. But it really gives me the nice feeling in combination with my Felix cardigan. It is, I know what she meant. It is just this outfit, and it doesn't matter if I'm wearing my linen hinterland dresses or linen skirts, but it is really, it really, since I discovered this way of clothing, I laughed very hard because some of you, someone asked me, is it traditional, a traditional costume? No, it isn't. I thought it was really funny. I think it's really my knitting uniform, and it's not, I don't think a lot of people in the Netherlands wear the same clothes. Of course they are, but it's absolutely not a Dutch traditional thing. I think it's more a knitter thing, and I really love it. It's just, I feel so comfortable and so myself in this outfit now. It of course can change, and I do have all the nice dresses and other things I used to wear, but since I discovered the linen dresses and the linen skirts, and since I added every now and then a knitted piece to my wardrobe, I never don't know what to wear in the morning. I always feel good in a linen piece and a knitted piece, and it's really, I don't know, it's really feeling like a uniform. You don't have to think about what you do. I want to wear that dress or that? No, it's always basic and nice. So it's really it's really me at this moment. So I was really happy. So I changed, and now I'm feeling happy in my Felix cardigan. It's the pattern from Amy Christopher's, quite a popular pattern. I knitted it in February. It's from last year or the year before. I knitted it in February when I made daily episodes, and quite a lot of knitters joined me, and they also knitted a Felix sweater or a cardigan, and I really love mine. I wear it with quite often with a lot of pleasure. So yeah, I'm really happy in my outfit today. Okay, but what I found to share with you today was a nice pile. I don't know if you can see it. A nice pile of summer knits I made through the years, which I wear quite a lot. Those are not all my summer knits. I also have a few I made myself without a pattern. I skipped those one. I will tell about them when I wear them the coming months. But I thought it would be nice to share what I've knitted the past years. It's not quite a lot, but it's really nice that my summer wardrobe is growing too. And I wanted to tell you, I wanted to share you, because quite often you finish a piece and then you tell about it, but you don't know all the things about your knitted piece, because some things you only experience when you wear it quite a few times. So there are things that I would do different, or the things I really love at pieces. So I looked in my photo library and I found all the pictures, me in the clothes, and it's really nice. I saw the spot where I always take my pictures is at our back. We have a garden, and then we have a little shed, and there's a little narrow space between the other gardens, and I always take my pictures there. And you see the how do you call it? We call it klimop, hedera. Hedera? Do you say it in English like that? You see it growing, and I hope my neighbors never will change that part, because then my photo spot is gone. But let me start with the top of the pile. These two teas are both the Marettimo tea. It's a pattern by Caitlin Hunter, and I think this was my first summer wardrobe thing, if I remember correctly. I couldn't find something older. This is a bottom-up tee. You start with a little sweet lace pattern. The Marettimo tea, my pronunciation, the way I say it is not correct, I think, because it's a little Italian place. She made a series of patterns, if I'm right, and I think you have to say Marettimo, but my Italian is not. I've been in Italy. We say Italia. I've been there, but I don't speak a word Italian. I hear someone coming. One moment, please. Okay, here I am again. One of the kids came home, and normally my husband is at home. So he does do the little chats you do with your children when they come home. My children are teenagers, so they don't need me to be with them anymore. They prefer to not. No, that's not true. I think it's very cozy when we are all together, but they can enjoy themselves. But when they come at home, it was a special day at school. They have holidays now, and I think it's always nice when they can do a little chat and tell their stories, and then we go our own way. So I Normally my husband does that part on Friday afternoons, but today it is an episode in pieces. Okay, I was at the Marettimo tea. Oh, I think I put them downstairs. Oh gosh. Oh, here. So now you can see how organized I am, and especially normally when my husband is at home, I can focus on my thing, and now I have to do all the things, and that's exactly the reason I have I didn't have much knitting time. I have to think of all the things, and that's okay. That's my job, but it costs some time, I guess. But let's start. No, let's go further where I was, but I have no idea where I was. Oh, this will be a messy episode, but as I said last week, it is what it is. I don't want to make fake things. I'm a bit messy at the moment. Okay, this is a bottom-up pattern, the Marettimo tee from Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks, and you start with a little bit of lace, quite some nice parts, and then you knit. It's a dropped shoulder pattern, and I'm sorry, I did a little modification at the neckline, I guess, because otherwise it became too high, so that I did an I-cord bind off, and a little bit of lace at the sleeves. It's very lovely, but I knitted this one in some hand-dyed sock yarn from a Dutch dyer. Het Wool Based is the name of her company, and it is a woolly sock yarn. It is superwash wool, but it's just wool with some nylon, and it really become itchy when it's warm. I have that problem. I'm not sensitive for itchy wool. Only when I get warm, then it's annoying me. So I didn't wear it as much as I wanted to, and also I think I put it in the washing machine with a wrong colored sock because it is looking a bit gray. It was a fresh white color with all the colored speckles, but there's a gray. I don't know if it's from that. It would surprise me. I think I was just a bit clumsy with putting colored socks in the same washing machine, in the same washing program. So I didn't wear this one last year. I don't know what to do with it. Sometimes I think I will rip out, and then I think no, I won't. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. I did make another one because I really loved it. They are a bit crinkled all because they are folded in my closet, and I didn't hang them out before I make this episode. But this is the same pattern, also the Marettimo, but this one I made in a merino fingering weight yarn, merino sock yarn too, because of the itchiness. I don't have it with merino yarn. I chose some other color, another color combination, and I think this also hand-dyed sock yarn from Wool Based. I made this in 2019, 2020, I'm not sure anymore. This one's a bit bigger. I think I made the same size, but maybe of the merino it's a bit wider. It's a bit too long and too oversized for me, I guess, to really feel comfortable in it, but it's the same. I was thinking about, should I rip it out, the sleeves and here, so I can make a lower neckline and I can make it a bit shorter, so it's better on my skirts and on my dresses. I think I made this one so I could, there was a time when I was just a beginner knitter, I made the length of my sweaters and tees in between, so I could wear them on jeans and on skirts. But that doesn't work. You have to make choices. I'm not good in making choices. Not always. Sometimes, not always. But in between, it's too less of this and too less of that. And you have to make decisions, Sarah. So either you wear it on jeans or you wear it on skirts and dresses. I don't wear jeans, so now I know I have to make all the things quite cropped because that's better. And but I didn't know that by then. It's just sometimes things are changing, and that's absolutely okay. But now I'm not sure, should I give it away to someone or should I do so? I don't know. I love the color of the yarn. It's called apple cinnamon. Oh, really, I want to eat pie with apple and cinnamon. So it's really nice. So I don't know. I both those tees I didn't wear last year, so I'm not sure what I will do with them. I just put them back in my closet. But the Marettimo tee is a nice pattern, so I would really recommend it. Okay, then, oh, this is my first really successful summer garment. This one. This is, yeah, I think this is my little secret crop. I am knitting my summer secret crop. I don't know. The names are so similar. I will link all the patterns down below. But this is also a pattern by Jessie May. And now I'm knitting the free pattern on Ravelry. And it's in stockinette. And this one is with a rib stitch. And this is a paid pattern. But I really love the fit of this. This was my first summer garment. I didn't knit it in a summer yarn. It's really a non-superwash woolly yarn, and the same problem is here, the itchiness when I'm getting warm. Only I always wear a tank top under it, so it's not really bothering me. I wear a tank top under it because otherwise, here it comes, I remember it now. Thanks to all of you who replied, because otherwise I feel exposed. Yay! I say it good right now, I think. So, I really love this one, and I really wear it a lot in summer. So I made 2 new ones last year. This one is a scrappy one, and it's all DK weight, DK or maybe even worsted weight, although you can make the pattern in fingering weight also. It's looking quite tiny and small, but I really fit in, so it's quite stretchy. This one I made with 1 thread of cotton yarn. I found quite a bunch in the thrift struggling over all the words. My head's going faster than my mouth, especially in English. It's happening in Dutch too. So can you imagine? In English it's even worse. Okay, 1 strand of cotton, thrifted cotton, and 1 strand of all the scrappy ends of sock yarn in brown and grey and black and red, dark red. So I really love this one. It was really fun to make, and I also really love the fit of it and the look of it. I always do my straps crossed. The pattern tells you how you can do them straight and crossed, but because of my tank top under it, I love to break that black part on my back with crossed strands, no straps. So I made this one, but it's still, because the yarn is still with wool, although there is some cotton in it, it still can be a bit itchy. So I also made a 100% cotton one with worsted cotton. And I don't think I wear this a lot. It was the end of the summer, I guess. And it looks pretty good still. I'm not sure if it will be good. There are some mistakes here. Exactly at the place you can see it the best. That's my mark, I guess. Oh no, when it stretches out you don't see it. Okay, so this is a cotton one, a worsted weight cotton. So I really love this pattern, but I have enough of these right now because the strands are really narrow, and I prefer to wear some wider things on my shoulders, so there's more fabric. I also discovered some patterns last year which fits me better like me. I don't think I'm just not a small strap person, I guess. Oh, we have first another one. I made this one in 2021, I guess. And this is the Maema cardigan. And it's a pattern by Megan Nodecker, also known from her Pip and Pin podcast. I followed her podcast, but I'm not seeing her anymore, so I don't know. Every now and then I clean my podcast list because otherwise I am following so much more podcasts than I have time to view. So I don't know. But her Maema cardigan is a really nice cardigan. It's in fingering weight, and I think the original pattern is with 3/4 sleeves. I'm not a 3/4 sleeve person. I did some modifications, so the sleeves were, I think I made them a bit narrower, but this is absolutely my favorite summer cardigan from the last 2 years, but there are some things I would do different, so this is absolutely on my list, knit again with other yarn. It is fingering weight. I knit it in a superwash merino yarn, and it's a bit pilling, and yeah, I really want to knit this in some yarn that's which is getting better when you wear it and not getting a bit messy when you wear it. So I really want to make this in a non-superwash merino. I really love the fit. I think I made an extra long border. That was my own decision, I think. I also think the 2x2 rib was my own decision. And there are no buttons and no buttonholes, so it's an open fronted cardigan. I think the pattern was an open fronted cardigan. I'm not really sure, but that's really, it's such a nice throw over in summer on evenings or chilly mornings or by day, and it's really lovely. The sleeves, I didn't do any decreases, and then I saved all the decreases for the last round before the border, so it's a bit of a poof sleeve. A balloon sleeve, and I like that part. It's giving some space, and that's nice. In this part, when it's warm, I want some space so wind can blow through, and it's you all stay fresh and dry. But especially for a cardigan. But with the borders, it's just not what I wanted. They are too long for a normal border, and they are too short for a long border. I really prefer my borders long so I can fold them back, but these are too short for folding back and too long for not folding them back. So, but I never changed it, and I just wear it anyway with a lot of pleasure. But I would do that different next time. It was my first brioche knitting work, and I really struggled with the brioche. It's not hard to knit. Absolutely not, but it's really, when you make a mistake, it's hard to solve. I really, but it worked out pretty good, and I really love the feeling of it. So, although it was my plan that my Straya cardigan would be a nice, not to replace this cardigan, but a similar cardigan for in summer. It's not gonna happen this summer, I'm afraid. But the Stria cardigan and this one are both fingering weight cardigans, and yeah, I really love those in my summer wardrobe. So I really want this one in a better yarn, and I really want a Stria cardigan in a better yarn. So I have 2 summer cardigans in natural colors, or not natural, this is not natural, in basic colors, so they can fit with all the other things in my wardrobe, so you can put it in your bag and throw over anytime. So that's really, I really can recommend this pattern too. Yeah. Okay, then we come to 2022. And I really had some nice projects then. Let's start with this one. This was one of my first test knits. It's a pattern, it's the Home Camisole, a pattern by Caidree. And I really struggled with this one. I really love the shape of this, because the shoulder straps are a bit wider, and it just suits me better than the Summer Secrets tops, I guess. But I really struggled. What you do with this one is you can do a provisional cast on, or either you can just do a regular cast on and sew it together. But then you are increasing, so you have a little triangle, and then you pick up the stitches and you increase for the other triangle, and then you do the same for this part, and then you join it all together. and you knit in a round until you have the right length, and you bind off. And that's really working out pretty good. You have to pay some attention in the beginning, but when this is in the round, it's all straight and simple and easy. Oh no, that's not true, because at the end you have to the original pattern is with an I-cord bind off, an I-cord border, so you have to pick up the stitches here and there, and also at the bottom there's an I-cord border. But I struggled a lot with picking up the stitches neatly. It was looking so messy to me, and it was really frustrating. And at the end I thought, and especially because it was a test knit, I really want to do it good, but it didn't work out. And at the end I thought, just let me make my own border. So I did a 2x2 rib, and I really lost some fabric here because it was all so tight, and I really messed up, and it was getting messy. So I really had to hide some of the messed up stitches here, but it worked out pretty good. So I'm really happy with this one. I knitted it with Holst Coast held double, but at quite a tight gauge, tighter than the pattern tells you to do, I guess. I must have get gauge because it was a test knit. I'm not quite sure. Also, the Holst Coast is a little bit itchy to me when I'm getting warm. It is wool with cotton, and when I'm warm, I'm sensitive. I'm also when I'm too hot, I'm also grumpy. I'm very sensitive for heatness, I guess, for warmth. I don't like having it warm. I prefer having it cold above warm, because I don't know. When I'm warm, my hands are getting thick and swollen, and it's just, when I'm cold, I'm not getting grumpy. Having it too cold is also not nice, but you can always put on an extra layer of wool or something, of take a shower, of sit at the fireplace. There's always a way to getting it warm. Snuggle under a blanket. But when it's hot, and our houses are not really good houses for very hot weather, I don't know. Then I'm only happy in a swimming pool, but we don't have a swimming pool, so we have to go to the swimming pool, and it's really, so when it's really hot, I'm sitting inside with my feet in a cold tub, filled with cold water, a tub filled with cold water, and not moving. And then I am okay. But sometimes it's hot for a longer period, and you can't do nothing all the time. So I really that's why I prefer winter and autumn. But this one is really nice, and it's really on my list to make again, maybe in some cotton yarn, maybe with a color change. The yarn I use for the secret crop was too thin. It wasn't the right weight, so I didn't. Maybe I have quite some of that. Maybe I will knit some such a top again with that yarn. But it's really a nice basic pattern, so I wear it. I wore it quite a lot. And then this one is also a Caidree pattern, and this one I prefer this one because I really am a rib stitch lover. I love to knit it, I love to wear it, I love the look of it. It's a 2x2 rib, I guess, yes. And it's the same construction, top down. You make 4 triangles at the beginning, and then you are knitting it around until you have the right length. The only difference, and that's why I prefer it also, is that you knit the border on the go. So you don't have to pick up any stitches, and it's just ready when you are there. And I really like those kinds of garments. This one is, both are DK weight yarns. This is a cotton with tencel yarn. It's Lang Yarns Norma, I guess. It was gifted to me by Lang Yarns because I worked for them in that time. And yeah, I really love the feeling. It's not staying, it's okay, but it's not getting prettier by wearing it and washing it. And I prefer that. But I didn't find the yarn the cotton yarn that stays prettier when you use it. And also, because it's quite heavy, the shoulder straps the neckline is getting lower and lower, and it's okay. But when it's too low, how do you call it? We say our décolleté. You can wear only a bra under it, but it's quite bare. I feel quite exposed in some occasions. So I have a picture of me in a boat. We were in a boat. It's the boat of my parents, and on a hot day, and it's totally fine. But in some occasions, I feel more confident with a tank top under it, more revealed. I'm still hustling those words. I really have to write it down because summer is coming, so I need those words. And also the rib is quite, when you knit a ribbed garment, it's a good idea to make some negative, I lost the word. Zero, positive, negative. The word is gone. Ease. It's a good idea to make it with some negative ease, because it stretches out quite a bit, and you also can see that on the picture that it stretches out, and it's okay. But my next one, I think I will make it one size smaller. I definitely will make another one. I have quite some cotton, worsted weight cotton in black. So I want to make a black one in a black Remi camisole. Did I say it was a Remi camisole? And I really love this pattern. It's really exactly what I need in summer. So maybe I will make two. Maybe I will search for some DK or worsted weight linen. I received from a Dutch knitting friend, I received the pattern for the Tia top. And I also want to make that one. It's also stockinette, but it's with a low neckline, a very feminine shape, and a higher back. And I really love that pattern. And it's also the top down. I love the construction. So I want to make, if I have enough, a brown one with that yarn. So it's really, I really get the summer vibes in my knitting. So the last one was quite a success last year. This one made me so happy. It's my Ariana cardigan, and it's absolutely, when you are a knitter and a crocheter, this is a perfect project because it's knitting and crochet. I'm a big granny square lover. When you follow me for a longer time, you already know. And this one really made my heart jump because it's all made of granny squares. I worked on this last summer. And you make the garment with granny squares. I did some modifications. I crochet them together as I go, and I also changed the armhole because it was quite wide and it's not my fit. I love a narrower fit. I love some space here, but I don't love the oversized baggy look. That's not on me. It's not looking good. So I made that difference, and yeah, it's really nice. Then I pick up the stitches and I did a 2x2 rib. It's not a hard pattern. It's quite easy actually. So I really want to make another one. Yeah, I really want to make another one. It was my plan to make a woolly one for winter, a little bit longer maybe. I didn't wear it a lot because it was finished in September, and it's really a summer garment for me. I don't know. It is made of long yarns Kylie, and it's a mix of cotton and also a little bit of wool, I guess. It was also gifted to me. I don't know if I would choose it myself. I'm not quite sure. I love the look. It's a bit of a tweedy look. But it's really, it's absolutely a nice pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, also by Amy Christophers. The same as the Felix pattern. So those are all my summer garments I want to share with you today. I'm knitting my second corn cardigan. My first corn cardigan I did wear. I didn't put it on this pile because I talked about that quite a lot last episodes. I did wear it for the first time last Wednesday, and it was perfect. And now I'm making my second one, but there's no progress because I didn't knit. I didn't knit, no progress. And I'm also making the Tolsta tee from Rebecca from the Crea Bea, and it's absolutely also a very nice basic summer garment. And they are all DK worsted weight, and also the Caidree tops are DK worsted weight. And I think for me it's nice to fill my garment with DK and worsted weight things. There are also a lot of nice fingering weight patterns as my cardigan, but they took some time, and it's really nice that there are also those quick DK weight patterns. So when you're not a quick knitter or you don't have a lot of knitting time, you can create your own handmade knitted summer wardrobe quite quickly. And when you have enough basics, you can always search for the nice fingering weight or sport weight patterns to add at your wardrobe. And I'm a bit at that point that I still need some basics, especially because my summer wardrobe, my summer knitted piece, I have to wash them quite more often than the winter pieces, because the winter pieces I always wear tank tops under it and they go in the washing machine every day. But when I wear summer pieces, yeah, it's a bit, I don't have a lot of tees, I guess, but I like to wash them quite often, so I think I need quite some more. And especially the Tolsta tee, it's really a quick knit. You can make it quite quickly and you can make quite a few. I'm in the test knitters group, and there are quite some ladies making their second or even third or fourth one. Rebecca, her own, is doing that. I'm just stuck at my first one because of the lack of time. But it's really nice to fill your wardrobe with those basics, and then then there's time and space for some more time consuming projects, I guess. That's how it works for me. So maybe if you have nice summer garment tips, suggestions, nice patterns, link them down below. I saw all the cardigan suggestions for the nice yarn I got from Jonna from Knitmatician, and I have written them down and searched for it. I looked on Ravelry, and the one I really liked I put in my favorite. So that was quite nice to for some inspiration for other patterns. So I really love to hear what you like to wear in summer or like to knit in summer. What if you have favorite summer patterns, so I can search for them, and maybe the other people who are reading the comments too. So it's really nice to share the inspiration that way. When you don't have an own podcast, you can just share inspiration in the show notes. Now, come on, Sarah. In the reactions. In the comments. That's the word. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell. This was my first with the woolly tattoo. I made a mistake on my upper arm with weaving in the ends. I did something weird. I didn't understand what I did, but you saw an ugly line. So I thought, what shall I do with that? Let's make a woolly tattoo. And now I have 2 woolly tattoos. And now I want a woolly tattoo on all my garments. No, not on all. It's not matching all. But wouldn't this one be lovely with a little woolly tattoo here or something? Just a little flower. Yeah. But this is not a garment for a woolly tattoo. You understand it. It's especially for the basics. Yeah. Okay. Enough talk. Excuse my messy episode, but it is what it is. It is Friday afternoon here right now, and the kids are having holiday right now. We have the May vacation, we call it, and we stay at home. We will do some nice things. I was thinking about my podcast, what will I do with it, but I didn't know. In the beginning I thought, shall I take a break for 2 weeks, because I don't like podcasting. I do like podcasting always, but not when everybody is in the house. But then I thought, no, I don't want to miss my podcast for 2 weeks. So I thought, let's see what will happen. We will see. So we will see. I think you see me on Monday, but I'm not sure. But I wish you a very nice weekend. I hope with a lot of knitting and crochet time. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time.